I remember your videos during the time, which you had like so many, I would say like beeps with so many people. But I think one of my most memorable one was with the Carpetbagger and Aaron. So I mean, I know you and Aaron are on good terms right now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know you and the Carpetbagger are not on good terms, but I'm curious, how did this all started? Because I know this was during the pandemic when Aaron was doing second generation Duke, and as a lot of Rock fans know, he was really high on that IP, battling out with specific different people to have the private shows and all. So how did that all came to start of you having that little war niche with Aaron and give you that nickname, Eye Patch Boy?
Yeah, I mean, the way I got introduced to Aaron and the Rockafire, that was essentially through Carpetbagger. Like, before, I had no idea what the Rockafire explosion was. Honestly, my knowledge on animatronics was so limited. I didn't even know Chuck E. Cheese had animatronics, for example. Like, I was there a couple times as a kid, and I guess I just never, like, noticed them. But, no, Carpetbagger and I had beef back in the day because I started covering this community called the Bottom of YouTube. I was browsing through like Reddit crins to look for like material to cover, and I noticed this guy that was shared to there. His channel name is like Loose Gun. His whole like gimmick, like he's this bigger middle-aged man with like a Jason mask. In the video I found of him, he was like in his laundry room, like beefing with another YouTuber, Mark Fun Jones. And I thought that was just like the goofiest thing. I covered that, and then Carpetbagger actually ended up commenting on that video and reaching out to me and telling me that he had all this beef with Lou. And that's how me and him first like started talking, and I got introduced to him. Like, he was actually a fan of me for a bit. I didn't really get to watch like a whole lot of his videos because I just don't have the attention span for it. Honestly, his videos are like maybe 30-50 minutes long sometimes. But eventually me and Carpetbagger got into beef. The thing I took issue with him is that he started like copyright striking these small channels that were parodying him and criticizing him. And it's like, you know, when you're a big channel with hundreds of thousands of subs, like, you really shouldn't be picking on these small channels. He didn't take too kindly to that. Me and him have been at war for like a few years now. It's not as bad recently because like, you know, there is not like a lot of fucking resentment you can have towards someone after like years of just being in conflict. But the way I found Aaron, Carpetbagger and Aaron went into this April Fool's type deal where Aaron started producing these Carpetbagger dolls on Budsy. Cavity Sam was actually the one who designed that doll. And there was like some pushback Aaron was getting at the time because the dolls were really expensive, like over $100. The average Carpetbagger fan really wasn't willing to put money towards that expensive of a product. Looked a little goofy. But I joined the Rockafire Facebook group, you know, wanting to see if I could get my hands on that doll because I thought like there were so many like funny skits I could do with it. But at the time, like, Aaron was just not willing to do business with anyone that like had been critical of Carpetbagger or trolled him or anything like that. So that's when there was like the initial like beef or bad blood, I guess. Then I started dating a girl named Leah, who I met through that Facebook page actually. She lives in Germany, so it was like a bit of a long distance relationship. Her and Fechter actually ended up in drama.
Yes, I remember this.
I think part of it stemmed from like Leah being more liberal, Aaron being more conservative. There was like a bit of a disagreement there, and Aaron kind of like put her on blast on his MeWe page. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this big video like exposing Aaron because like, you know, I'm chivalrous, like I'm gonna stick up for my girlfriend. That video actually ended up way more viral than I thought it was. Like over 20,000 views. Aaron responded by like pacing around in his warehouse. That iconic video where like he called me a cockroach and a fetus and eye patch boy.
Come join us on the premium channel. I'll also vet you for that. There'll be no haters, no losers, no jerks, no idiots, no eye patches. Okay. I'm 66 years old. If any fetuses want to take me on, I will ignore you as long as I can. And then I will kick your
said he was like ready to metaphorically kick the haters' ass. Like he wasn't making a physical threat, but it was kind of like funny in that context. And then that whole drama kind of spanned for like 3 videos. The second video was me like responding to that and all his Facebook posts. And the third video was, I guess, responding to, I remember there was like a comment he made, like essentially offering a bounty to someone who would uncover the identity of like CXDV. I think that was the username. I thought that was kind of wild because like, you know, we don't know who that person is. Like that could be a minor that Aaron's kind of like telling people to go out and like dox essentially. So that was really the big scope of that drama. Aaron actually put out some video saying that God directed him to watch this podcast to start like loving his haters.
This message from Ray Edwards titled Love Your Haters. Well, the idea of that sort of grinds my gears, because how can you love your haters? I mean, that's like Jesus, right? I'm not Jesus. My haters will tell you that. Valentina will tell you that. What message is God sending me through Ray Edwards?
And I think that actually was like a big arc for Aaron, because even seeing how he addresses criticism now, like he's a lot more calmer and level-headed about it. Like comparing how he responded to me and how he responded to Juno's documentary, like his response was leagues better. I mean, there were some like goofy little boomer moments in there, like where he thought Juno was 16 years old. That kind of got memed on a little bit. But overall, like his response actually wasn't that bad, at least in my opinion.
Before we head on out here, what is next for the Dewmonic's YouTube channel or the sketch show theaters? Like, what's next in line that you got planned up?
I definitely like want to put 100% into doing YouTube again. When me and Maddie had split apart and just before I enlisted, I felt completely demotivated with YouTube. I felt like my channel wasn't really going anywhere. A lot of people were like turning on me, and I just felt like there wasn't much else left for me to like accomplish and do. And also just because like I've done so much throughout the past maybe 8 years I've been on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for a while. It's like, how can I top what I've done already? You know, I felt like I peaked. But this podcast idea, like, is definitely something that I feel has invigorated me, because like there's always something like entertaining and chaotic and fun going on. It's like I'm personally invested in it to the point where like even when I'm not doing the podcast, I can talk about it and get excited about it, and constantly look for like the next big guest I can bring on. And I would like to do more IRL type vlogs as well. Like, you know, now that I'm in Florida, like there's a lot of potential there. Like even if me and Aaron met up, like that would be an amazing vlog. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see.
Will go crazy. Yes.
What I ought to do is like buy like a little snippet of orange carpet and like offer it to him as like a little in-person peace treaty.
Yep.
People would love
that. Yes, if you guys know the story behind that orange carpet, then you know.
That's like both wearing colanders and eye patches.
Yep.
That would go hard.
Yep. The trip to Disney World.